Hi, I'm Molly and welcome back to my channel. Today's video shares 5 tips that really helped take my at-home manicure to the next level. These tips made my manicures look more professional and gave them more longevity. I feel like the basics of an at-home manicure have been covered really well. We all know to start with a base coat and then use 1 to 3 very thin coats of polish and finish with a top coat. So these tips are meant more to take your at-home manicure to the next level. I hope that they help you as well. Let's get into it. I am happy to say that today's video is sponsored by Osea. This is their Undaria Algae Body Butter, and if you are familiar with my channel, you know how picky I am about skincare. What I love about this body butter is that it really does sink in and transform the skin. You are going to see why we need this, especially around the cuticles, in just a moment. The other thing I love about it, it has this amazing, fresh, lemony scent, which smells like real lemons, not artificial. And the scent is beautiful, but then it turns really soft and subtle, so it doesn't interfere with my perfumes at all. The other product that stood out to me from the Osea line is their Salts of the Earth Body Scrub. To me, this is the most perfect blend of salt, shea butter, and oils. These oils sink into my skin, they don't sit on the surface. So after the salt exfoliates my skin, the oil and the shea butter sink right in and it leaves my skin so soft. I was surprised how much I loved this product. And then Osea very generously offered a 10% off discount for you. So that is below on the screen and in the description box and the comments. So thank you to them again for sponsoring this video today. Let's get into those 5 tips. Tip number 1. My first tip is that I switched from trimming and cutting my cuticles with a cuticle nipper to using a cuticle remover gel. So I apply this all around my nails and I let it sit for about 20 seconds and then I start to push back my skin with my other fingernail. You can also use an orange stick if you prefer to do that. I really love this method because it gives me such a clean looking base to start with. You'll see in just a moment how nice my cuticles look. And because I'm not cutting anything, there's no risk for infection. This has been a really nice way for me to start out my manicures. You can see how nice my nails look here. After you use this remover, make sure to go wash your hands. And then we are going to dehydrate the cuticle. So this is why I mentioned needing to have a very rich body butter. This is 70% isopropyl alcohol. It's very affordable and I put it in a reusable spray bottle. You want to make sure that you're using a paper towel that will not leave any fibers and really get the alcohol into the edges of your nail. You really want the surface of your nails and your nail beds to have absolutely no moisture or oil. You really want them to be just as clean as possible. This gives the polish major longevity. Tip number 3 is about capping your nails. Now, this is information that's been around for a while, so I wanted to just share my take on it and what's worked for me. If you're not familiar with capping your edge, you get a very thin amount of polish and you run it over the top edge of your nail. Now, I am taking my nail brush, I'll get into more detail on this particular brush in a moment, and just making sure that none of that polish is on the skin because I do keep my nails shorter. I like to cap the edges of my nails with the base coat, both layers of nail polish, and with my top coat. I consider this almost like putting the lid on a piece of Tupperware. You really want to make sure that you get all 4 corners down to keep everything fresh. And with the nail polish, there's always going to be a little spot that I miss. So by doing it with all 4 coats, I really lock the polish on the nail. Tip number 4 has been the biggest game changer for me with at-home manicures. So I am taking 100% acetone, and this is why we are adding so much extra hydration at the end. And you are going to grab this brush. Now, I have tried a million different nail brushes, and this is the one that works for me. I do end up replacing it about every 12 months. That's when the bristles start to fray, but it's really the perfect amount of pressure and point. I'm dipping the brush into the acetone and then wiping it back off in the cap, and then I'm going around the edge of my skin. Now notice I didn't say nail. I like to try to get the brush as close as I can to the skin so that it cleans up the edge of the polish. What I'm doing is just gently dabbing that brush around the edge to clean up any polish polish that has gotten over on the edge of my nail, around my cuticle, and notice I'm just doing short little dashes here and then wiping it off on the paper towel. If I need to, I can dip back into the acetone and grab a little bit more. This has been such a game changer for me. It makes the edges of my nails look so neat and even. I did learn this tip from Olive and June Nail Studio, so I want to give credit where credit is due. I watched them do this when I was getting a manicure there, and it completely changed the game for me. These brushes are absolutely amazing. They really clean up the edges of my nail polish and make the manicure look so professional. As you can imagine, after using 70% alcohol and 100% acetone on my cuticles and nails, they really need some extra hydration. So this is when I'm grabbing the Osea body butter. Once again, this is their Undaria algae body butter. Now I want to show you, this product is concentrated, so you need only the smallest amount. You can see how little I grabbed, and this will be for both hands. One thing that I've talked about on this channel before, it was on a shampoo video, concentrated products like this will end up saving you money because you need such a small amount of product to get really effective results. You can see that I barely tapped the top of this body butter and I had enough product for all 10 nails. So once again, concentrated products will save you money. I give this body butter about 10 minutes and then it sinks right in. Once a day, I'll add a little smidge of this body butter around my nail beds, and it really has helped keep them in top shape. So let's go outside now and look at my results in natural light. These tips have really helped me take my manicures to the next level, and by adding longevity, they've really helped me go so much longer in between manicures and saved me time. So I hope that they're helpful to you as well. Let me know if you try any of them and how they work for you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask below. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate that. I'm so happy you're part of this channel, and I will see you in the next video.